Hello, so I put my video storage to SD card. I'm in the Secaucus Junction Center. I figured out an alternative way to travel to Trenton. We're going to find out how effective this is in terms of my time and money. But this is going to be a lot more pricier than using the automobile. But I will have a quiet chance to sit and write while I sit in the train. I'm going to be using the train here. And I'm recording to my SD card, so hopefully there's not going to be a sync issue with the video and the audio. I haven't really figured out a way. I don't really to go. I don't know where to go yet. I'm in the parking lot. I think I have to go there. I think I have to go there. This is a nice place so far. They have some music playing here. It's relaxing. So we got into the elevator. The elevator was very nice too. It didn't seem like anybody held back on anything here. It seems like a nice little marble floor. There's some little statue there. It seems like a nice, decent place that was built here. I'm concerned myself that they've given it thought how this place is going to be in 10, 20, 30, 50 years. It's going to cost a lot of money to maintain this place. And I saw the name of it. There was a Frank Lautenberg. I believe he's a U.S. Senator, or yeah, I believe he's a U.S. Senator for the state of New Jersey. He put his name on top of this place. That's very wrong. You shouldn't put your name on top of a building, especially if you work for government or you were participating in the making of this. That's bad, because what will happen if in 30 years after the death of this Frank Lautenberg, it turns out that he was a fraud. He stole millions and millions of dollars, or he was a very bad man and he did very, very bad things. You can't take that risk. Like, you have to examine the situation that happened with that coach from Pennsylvania, Penn State University. Not to mention there were some cases in New Jersey with the local municipalities. There was the mayors who put their names on top of buildings, and then after they passed away, usually when you die, that's when your whole life becomes uncovered by everybody, when you die. And they turned out that they were fraudsters. They stole millions and millions of dollars from the municipal tax dollar, so to speak. And then, what do they have to do? They have to remove their names from these buildings, and it costs money, obviously. So I'm gonna buy myself a ticket. They set up like a ticket area right here. So I'll buy a ticket, I'll enter, and then I'll be on my way to Trenton. Okay, so I'm on the track now to travel to Trenton. This is what I was talking about. You can't have this name right here, Frank R. Lautenberg, Secaucus Junction Rail Station. It needs to be eliminated entirely. Not the name of the station, but that name, that Frank R. blah blah blah. You know, it seems like a nice place. Really, quite expensive to be here. So I think that they do a decent job of ensuring everybody's safety here. It took me a little while to figure out how and where I need to actually go. This is just a little thing that they have here. Usually at modern airports they have it situated correctly, but I was slightly disheartened on disheartening and concerning that there were two officers, I guess, at the lobby area of this place, and they didn't seem like they gave a shit that they were there. They didn't give a shit that they had a job. They didn't give a shit that I was bothering them for a question. It was just it was extraordinarily unprofessional, and not much I can do about that right this very moment. And this is the train for A. I think this train travels upwards, or no. A train travels upwards. They seem to travel pretty fast here. And just one more on the side note. I think this is extraordinarily awkward. But some people everywhere, like in the scope of the entire planet, they come up with the idea to kill themselves by getting in front of the train track. It's such a dreadful, thoughtful thought. How a person would do such a thing. I'm scared just thinking about it. Like I fall down or something. There comes the train. I hope. No, it's not the right train. Look how fast it is. Mach 10. That's not Mach 10. Okay, so I found a place to sit. I walked around a little bit and I realized there's seating sections for some people. I really like the atmosphere of this thing. I think there's a lot of wonderful people on this vehicle, and it's quite relaxing to not have to drive everywhere. I can relax and for a chance and sit while somebody else commandeers or pilots or someone else what's the word? Somebody else is driving this thing. So now I got off the train. I had a fantastic conversation with a patron on the train who was a union worker, commutes from Philadelphia, a city in Pennsylvania, to Trenton for work. Does it every day. And we came to the understanding that we need an express train. Oh. He's a very interesting guy. I learned a lot. I tried to listen to him as much as possible to get his opinion. And he's much older than me, and he's been a union worker, and he's done some pretty interesting things with his life. So now I'm walking on East State Street towards West State Street, and we're going to be passing by some of the more interesting buildings that Trenton has to offer. And I don't plan on recording all of this. I mean, all the interesting things I'm going to see, because I'm quite running late. I need to already be on my way back home. I'm only here for about 10-15 minutes, but this is the only way I can actually do this, so it's worth it for me. Like, for instance, we have the federal building, the United States Courthouse. So this is where, I guess, on behalf of the federal government, if you need to, I guess that this is a federal court. So if somebody commits a federal crime, and there are a few federal crimes, I would imagine this is the place where they would be held or charged with, in this building. Some federal crimes are like, there's a few criminal statutes in regards to treason. There's different forms of treason. It's not very common, but that would be a federal crime. For instance, pirating music and movies and video games and software through the internet. I guess that would be a federal crime. Not necessarily a state crime, but the federal government is in charge of that. And I'll end it here. I'm not sure how much space I have left on my SD card, because that's how I'm recording this right now, just to hope that there won't be a sync issue. I mean, this is a fantastic train. I don't know if it's functional. It's kind of overgrown. I don't want to cross this and get hit by a train. It looks kind of cool. I'm not sure if it's functional. Alright. I found this little church area. There's a little grave right here. And I went over to it, and it's locked, and it looks like it's not functional. We need a priest here. We need somebody to rebuild this church. I need to bring life to this church, this house of God, because some people still need God today. This place should be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because the house of God never closes. It's open to everybody, whoever needs God. And it's closed right now. It's locked with I'll show you. God never closes his door. And this place should not be closed. And there's a piece of history here. This place was built in the 1600s, 1700s, I believe. And there's another little graveyard area right here. I'll go over here and tell you exactly when this was built. It was formed in 1712, and it was built in 1726, and rebuilt in 1805. And what happened? What happened in the 1900s? What happened in 2011, 2012, 2010, 2009, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3? A lot of work needs to be done in this city of Trenton. A lot of work. Okay, so I'm back. I took the lovely, pleasant train ride back from Trenton, back in my Secaucus Junction Center. It's very nice. I don't feel threatened, or I don't have to worry about somebody coming up behind me and hitting me on my head and stealing my wallet. So that's a relief. Valet parking. This is where it's fancy. You can actually have people park your car for you, but it's too much of a financial burden for me. And there's a saying, you got to make money to make money. So for this is for somebody to commute from here to Trenton every single day. It's going to cost them at least $4,000. They bring a car here, then they have to get a pass. Just $4,000 on commuting. That's a lot of money. A year. Oleg, you're going to do a fantastic job editing this and cleaning this up. I believe in you. This has been my short trip to Trenton using the train system of the New Jersey Transit. Well, I'm not quite finished. I just got into my car. There's still some things I need to do, but the gist of it, there's still some things I need to do today. But most of my day was spent traveling to Trenton, and even though I needed to do this, I needed to file my PX form, I needed to file my R1 quarterly for the October 15th deadline, and the next time I need to go there, well, I don't need to do it, I can do it through the mail. I just don't trust. I just prefer to do it person to person, because this is how things used to be done in government. You didn't have internet, you didn't have telephones, you had a mail system, but it was better to do everything in person to person. So that's how they managed to do it. So if they did it, then I can do it.